First of all, guys, amazing job on Mighty Ducks Game Changer Season 2. This is one of the only shows I feel like I watch with my whole family, and everybody gets enjoyment out of it. I'm an old school Mighty Ducks fan, and this show carries on the tradition perfectly. So, first of all, this team gets moved to LA to meet Coach Cole in his new facility at Epic. Lauren, first question for you. How does Alex feel about Epic and Coach Cole and his methods?
What I think it's going to be and what it turns out to be are two very different things. I'm like ready. I bring my guitar. I'm going to make some s'mores and sit around the campfire and give these kids like the summer of their lives. And then I meet Mr. takes it very seriously. And we spend most of the season kind of butting heads a little bit in terms of what is a summer and what do these kids need to get to, the next level or to get through their season. And I think we both kind of learn from each other, but so everything's turned up a notch. There's like a little more sports. The kids are a little older, so the relationships are a little more intense. And the aspect of us all kind of living together and being together at this camp is also like, dials things up a notch.
Absolutely. Now, Josh, Coach Cole's competitiveness has never left his spirit. Tell me a little bit about Coach Cole. And if I'm not mistaken, is it true that you hadn't skated for like 30 years until this show?
That is true. But I'll just say that, to answer Lauren's response, summer to Coach Colin Cole is an opportunity to get better at hockey without school getting in the way. That's what summer is to him. But it was definitely a shock to the system when I got back on that ice after 30 plus years. It had been a long time. I played hockey up until 7th grade and loved the sport, and then sort of started playing basketball and football and other things and just sort of left the sport behind and truly fell back in love with it this last year when I put the skates back on.
That's amazing. That's amazing. Now, Lauren, Evan he really wants his space this season at Epic. And it seems like Alex is giving that to him as best she can. She's being a mother, though. And on one hand, she wants to see him succeed at hockey. But on the other hand, she knows that this is a tough, tough place. Where does Alex and Evan's relationship, how is that explored this season?
Well, as Brady said to me at some point during the season, he's like, we're always mad at each other. And I was like, I think that's just like the age, it's like I'm there with all his friends. I live in the dorm, I'm like the coach, and that's a lot if you're also somebody's mom. But as a person, I just adore him. I think as a character, I am trying to let him grow up. And also I'm seeing how important hockey is to him. So it's not a little kid thing anymore. It's something that he takes really seriously. And I have to give respect to Coach Cole in terms of being probably a better person to help him with that kind of ambition than I am. I can help him have more fun. But so that's what I mean by like things are kind of turned up a notch. It's like these are a little slightly older kid problems,
Right.
He's taking something more seriously. I kind of need to respect that.
Josh, your character almost has the exact opposite with his son, Jace, who was always felt a little bit pressure from his dad. Can you talk to me about how we see Coach Cole and Jace's relationship kind of explored throughout the course of the season?
That's one of the reasons I really wanted to do the show, was not only the hockey and all the action, how funny I thought it was, but that very delicate relationship between he and his son. He and his son have really sort of drifted over the last couple of years. I put a lot of pressure on him, and sort of immersed myself in hockey and expected him to do the same. And it's a lot of expectations on a kid, especially even if he's got the talent that he does.
Right.
So, I think the one thing that even as a father myself, you have to be careful about how much you hover and how much you let them sort of do your own thing. And, as a kid, I was given a lot of leash, a lot of freedom, for better or worse. And so, but you got to trust that the kid's going to go out there and get hurt. He's going to have his heart broken. He's going to win. He's going to lose. He's going to do all these things that don't always feel good. And you try to protect them from that as a father. And you sometimes just have to trust that they have to go through things on their own. In my case here, I need to let him I need to give him a little bit more leash and let him and listen to him a little bit more. And I think that that's one thing I learned throughout the season.
Yeah, it's interesting because, I'm putting my kid in soccer for the first time this year. So I'm kind of relating to Alex here a little bit on a little bit of this as well. First of all, I want to talk about the kids too. These kids are fantastic actors. Josh, you had mentioned earlier about the comedy of the show, and they're fantastic at this. Can you talk to me about working with these young, talented actors and how amazing they are? And that's for you, Lauren.
Oh, they're amazing and they're so funny and it's so fascinating. I was not a kid actor. I was like in a couple plays and stuff, but certainly not at this level. And their understanding of the work, the craft, the actual, whether they could articulate it or not, it's just in them that they, and they each work a little bit differently. Some like to try jokes and try to get their jokes in. Some like to, be a little more emotional. It's just really impressive. And it's also their ability to be part of a group and work these hours. I just genuinely enjoy them. I genuinely enjoy being in scenes with them, watching what they do, kind of watching how they relate. In terms of being a mentor, I have had very little to teach, except it's just a matter of experience at this point. But we really lucked out. They're a really special group.
Yeah, look, the show's amazing. And I'm so happy that we're here right on the precipice of season 2, because this really does carry the spirit of the original Ducks. And I absolutely love it. So thank you guys so much for your time. I really appreciate it, guys.
Really appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you.